Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's podcast. All right, so today's topic is no new signs. Where my signs go? I was telling the universe that I wanted a bunch of stuff and it was helping me, and then it just went ghost, right? What happened? Okay, so in a previous podcast, I talked about signs that the universe sends and how the universe sends you signs in different ways, right? And how it'll just keep doing it until you get them. Um, but what I did not mention is that sometimes you don't get any. Ooh, what? How could you tell me signs, and now you're just going against that, right? It's kind of like math, right? In elementary school, you learn like one is the lowest number, zero is the lowest number. And then as you grow up and learn more about it, you're like, oh, wait, they're negative numbers, right? Ooh. So it's kind of like that. Think about it like that. So, from my personal experience, I have learned that once you get to a certain level, right? I guess a certain connection or spiritual connection, or really once you start listening to yourself um, and acknowledge the your own desires, right? That's really what it is. Or, right? So usually, if you get to that level, you're gonna stop getting signs, at least temporarily. Or it can happen if you have asked too many questions or asked for too much advice for too long of the universe, right? You will notice the signs become less obvious and less frequent, or you might get zero. The universe may literally give you nothing. And again, I had to learn this. So, what happens is that similar to a teacher who leads students, right, and equips the students with necessary tools and then sends them off into the world, go be free, right, to apply that knowledge, right, into the real world, away from the chalkboard, out of the classroom. Um, that's how the universe works too, right? So after you graduate, after you reach a certain point, after your studies have culminated, right, ta ta ta, you as a student are expected to make your own decisions and here's the kicker, your own mistakes. Right. So you thought that it was different, all in the universe and spirituality and it's all just easy and I say something and the universe says, okay, right? Yeah, it starts that way. It starts that way. But it will not. Eventually, the universe wants you to do what you want to do, right? And it will let you know, as I had to learn. So, example, what happened was, what it was, I asked for a sign for a minor situation. It was minor, I acknowledge that. But I just, sometimes we have these things where you're like, I still want to be 100% sure because I had become so accustomed to getting signs for major stuff and for anything, just in different ways, right? So I have a system. My usual mechanisms no longer worked for me, right? Meditating, cards, right? My Mahjong cards, all of this other stuff that I was able to still do for other people. But for me, suddenly I started getting nonsensical messages, nonsensical signs from the universe that just made no sense. Some of the stuff was funny. Some of it was just like, wait, what? And then a YouTube video popped up, right? A suggested video popped up the next day, right? Because I was kind of distraught, like, dang, what am I? Like, I was so intuitive. I was so on top of all of this. And suddenly, like, I'm not getting any feedback from the universe. Like, this is crazy. So the video popped up and it was basically saying, like, time to listen to yourself and to do what you want without even consulting the universe. Like, that's essentially what they were talking about in the video. And I was like, wow, right? It made so much sense instantly. It made sense. I'm in human form, living in this 3D, right? This dimension, whatever dimension you want to say. For most part, people is 3D. And on this planet, and I'm supposed to have fun, right? There's no such thing as failure. And I even made a podcast about that, right? Walk your talk. That means that I'm literally free to do whatever I want, right? Whenever I want. And who possibly knows what I want to do better than I do, right? Why would I try to outsource that task, right? So what I had to learn was that sometimes your actions, the desire, that's what you should do. That's your desire, right? So even like, okay, last week I'm talking about, oh, if you want a new job or something, I just use that as a fallback because it's easy. But even you say, I wonder if I should get a new job, right? The fact that you said that, the fact that you wondered that, the fact that that thought even popped into your head is indicative of the fact that you want a new job, right? You don't really necessarily have to say, well, universe, give me a sign that I should. You already said, I want a new job. You already said, I wonder. That's already letting the universe know, right? I want something new. Why not? You could go back to your old job if you find that, oh, maybe that wasn't a good idea, which I wouldn't recommend. Just keep moving forward, right? But so that's the moral of this. Sometimes you won't get any signs, and that is okay. That is okay. Because you know what happened? End of my story is that after I acknowledged that and laughed and was like, wow, that's crazy. And then somebody else's video popped up and they said the same thing, like, oh, I'm not getting any signs. So it made sense after the fact, like, that's why. And then literally as soon as I X out of that video, I got signs about everything everywhere. It was like the universe was like applauding me, like, see, I didn't forget about you. I just needed you to do it on your own, right? I can't hold your hand the whole time. Like, live your life. Don't even ask me. Just do whatever you want to do. There's no mistakes. There's no failure, right? You'll be all right. It'll be an experience if nothing else. So, in conclusion, don't always look for nor expect a sign. Even though I know I told you that. That was then, right? We've evolved since then. Don't always expect a sign. Don't wait for a sign, right? Take action. And you'll be corrected. The universe will correct you. It'll let you know, like, maybe you shouldn't do that. Or your emotions will let you know, maybe I shouldn't do that, right? Sometimes, many times, you will find that action is your sign. Desire is your sign. Emotions is your sign, right? That's all I got for this week, y'all. Thank you for listening, my beautiful, beautiful people out there in Radio Land. Take care until next week. Love, live, light, laughter. Peace out. Bye.